amazing. If you start levitating, I will scream. My first performance was at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, where I did my undergraduate degree. They have a student activities board. Their acronym is STAB, which I kind of think is an unfortunate acronym. Yeah, and then they came up to me and they're like, do you want to do a ticket sales show? And I'm like, I love ticket sales shows. I had no idea what a ticket sales show was. I thought they'd sell 20 tickets, it would be a fun moment, and I would move on with my life. They sold over 4,000 seats to a performance. And it was in Rice Stadium, and I got there for a sound check, and they had like lasers and smoke pods and everything, and it was crazy. I was terrified when that show began. I got to this point in the show, I brought up 4 strangers. I got the first person's thought, I got some applause. I got the second person's thought, I got some more applause. Struggled with the third person's thought, then I nailed it. I got a standing ovation from over 4,000 people. It was a super good feeling. And then I got to the 4th person. And I said what I thought she was thinking. And she said, no, that's not my thought. I got booed by over 4,000 people on their feet. I got a standing ovation from 4,000 haters. And so I finished the show and I watched everyone leave, except for one person who came back up and she said, do you remember when you said what you thought I was thinking? I said, yeah, I do remember that. She said, well, that's what I was thinking, but then when you said it out loud, I changed my mind. So I cut her brake lines. Like, that was the only thing left for me to do in that moment. I was so sad and frustrated by that experience, I almost pursued becoming an engineer. Not that that is like a sad path, it's just not how my brain works. And then I realized we all want to have crazy experiences, amazing things happen to us, stuff that we can't explain. But we're terrified of things that we can't check yes or no to. And I realized everywhere I go around the world, before I perform or speak, I usually check into a hotel, and I now steal nice things. See, I checked into my hotel tonight, went to the restaurant, I stole the wait staff's clipboard and their pen. I will return it, I promise. But guess what? By having people write down what they're thinking, guess what they can't do? They can't change their mind. That's it. So I'll get to know you each better in just a second. I'm going to give you each a different topic to feel about. You're going to write your answer down nice, big, and clear, all in capital letters. Don't write in cursive or calligraphy or cuneiform, no hearts over the eyes. Just write nice, big, and clear, all in caps if we need to confirm it. I'm going to turn this way and stare right here at friend that's now leaning on your hand like this, wishing you were asleep. You're gonna fall madly in friendship with me over the next 5 minutes, okay? And I need you to gouge these hazel things out if I turn back before they're done. You said all right way too quickly. That's not a good sign. Like, I'm gonna wear his eyeballs like olives on my fingers. Person number 1, can you hoot for me like an owl? I'm pointing backwards. No, I'm looking forwards. I know it's a person number 1, can you hoot for me? That sounded like a fart, but we'll work with it. Person number 1, can you go ahead and write nice, big, and clear there, all in capital letters, the name of the most important person in the world to you that is not in this room right now. Please stick with someone living. I'd rather not talk to the dead today. It's not my thing. And please, if you leave it blank, that is not a good sign. If you write yourself, that's some narcissism, and that's okay. If you write Sean, thank you. It's been a long day. But person number 1, give a hoot when you're done with that. Someone not in the room. Oh, and alive. Thank you so much. Yep, someone not in the room. Otherwise, I can find out whoever was in the room that you're focused on. I don't know any of you, but one of you will think something like that. So when you're done writing that name nice, big, and clear, all in caps, just go with the first name. That's all we really need. Give a hoot when you're done. It's dead silent, and it's almost 2 a.m. And then one of you is going to start yawning, and everyone's going to fall asleep. Now, person number 1, give a hoot when you're done. Still sounded like a fart, but we'll keep going with it. Pass it to person number 2. Person number 2, can you hoot for me? That was a good time owl. That was actually a great owl. Person number 2, can you write nice, big, and clear there, all in capital letters, the name of a place you have dreamt of traveling to? Please don't write down like a gas station, because that just happened when I was performing in Magnolia, Arkansas. And by the way, if you write Magnolia, Arkansas, that's where good things go to die. So I want you to dig deeper, my friend. Just write down a place you dreamt of traveling to and give a hoot when you're done with that. It's dead silent, not a good sign. I'm just expecting you to look back and you'll have your leg wrapped around your head and you'll be picking your nose with like your giant toe. Like, that's what I'm expecting. But you're doing great. Person number 2, give a hoot when you're done. New best friend, make sure I'm not watching them. Otherwise, if I'm looking back at them, I'm proving I'm illiterate, which is super cool, but it's not the skill we're working on today. Person number 2, are you still with? Okay. Past that. Person number 3, can you hoot for me? That was an emotional owl, person number 3. That was an owl having an existential crisis, staring in a mirror saying, "Ooh," with one tear, caressing its cheek. Person number 3, can you write nice, big, and clear there, all in capital letters, the name of your favorite movie? Yeah, write it nice, big, and clear. By the way, I'm sure that people will judge you based on the movie that you choose to pick, and there's nothing wrong with it. I want you to just give a hoot when you're done with that. Just know that people are responsible for their own thoughts. I'm not responsible for them. Okay, pass that to person number 4. Person number 4, can you hoot for me? That was a ghost. That sounded very much like a little ghost. Now, person number 4, can you write there, nice, big, and clear, all in capital letters, any number from 1 to 10,000. Write it in numbers. Please don't write down like words for the numbers. It would take forever. But I want you to write, like, not like a jersey number I could track down, or part of your phone number I could find out, but I want you to write down maybe something like, not your ATM pin, though that would be kind of amazing. Just a random number that doesn't have really any meaning for you. That's going to be the toughest thing for us to connect with. Give a hoot when you're done with that, person number 4. Dead silence. Friend here hasn't blinked once and is waiting for his chance to stab me in the eyes. Person number 4, can you put the lid on the pen, take off the paper with the writing on it, fold it up, and hand it to someone up here on stage to keep in their pocket. That way I can't do anything with the paper without friend here slide tackling me, and I'll lose in a fight because I have fragile bird bones. Let me know when you're done. It's you. The whole time it's me. You seem massively frustrated at that. Person number, let's see, person number 4, you can set the clipboard and the pen over just on the stage there. That way I'll bring it back to the hotel after this. Permission to turn back now without you going cray-cray on my eyeballs? Permission granted? Okay. Friend number 1, can you introduce yourself to everybody here? I know you all know each other. I know none of you. Here's the microphone for you. Here, I'll actually have you hold the mic.
I'm Kendra.
Now, Kendra, can you do me a favor? Can you tell me something about you I would not normally know? Example of what not to do. In Magnolia, Arkansas, at this point, somebody got up and said, "Hi, my name's Tasha, and I accidentally helped in the death of another person." So not that I think, and her husband was in the front row, and he started to weep openly, and I was like standing next to a tiny killer. Not that I think you're a tiny killer, but in case you have any dark secrets, just realize whenever you share, everyone will know. So what is something fun, quirky, upbeat about you that I wouldn't know?
Can I just say something random?
Whatever you feel like, yeah.
Okay, I drive a white car.
That I did not know. That works for me. Now, you drive a white car. Can you do me a favor right now? Imagine that all of us up here on stage are driving in that car with the person who matters most to you.
Okay.
The person that you wrote to, okay?
Are they in the passenger seat or just all together?
They're riding on the roof of the car.
Oh, okay.
Because why not? Don't ever ride on the roof of the car, but just let's see what happens. Okay, right off the bat, the name that you saw, you weren't even conscious of this, but you saw 6 letters in your head. This is 6 letters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the middle of the name, grab onto a letter. You jumped, okay, you're at an R right now. This is your brother?
Yeah.
Carter.
Yep.
High five, my friend, you're amazing. Thank you so much. You can pass the microphone down to person number 2 as you head back with all the love in the world. We're gonna clap for each other. We're still doing it. I realize it's almost 2 in the morning. We're still gonna clap for each other. Person number 2, can you stand here and introduce yourself to the masses? What's your name?
Jacobus.
Yeah. That was a whole lot of emotional response to introducing yourself. I'm gonna have you hold the microphone up to your face, and I want you to do me a favor. Can you imagine right now, close your eyes shut, and imagine that you're flying to this place right now. Do that again because you literally saw yourself shoot up out of the ceiling, flying there, and you would have arrived as your skeleton. So this time imagine you're inside of an airplane, you're the pilot of the airplane, you're landing the airplane, just in your head, not out loud, answer this question, just in your mind. Are there distinguishing landmarks? Don't answer out loud, that's a yes. Open your eyes, look right here. I know it's tough, I'm stunning, but here's the thing. Had you thought of Egypt, which you didn't, you would have seen the Sphinx and the pyramids. Had you thought of Paris, which you didn't, you would have seen the Eiffel Tower. Had you thought of Las Vegas, which you didn't, you would have seen a lot of depressed people. Now, what's fascinating is this. In your mind, there's overwhelming green, there's hills, and then there's jagged cliffs. There's tiny men hiding gold, because you're thinking of Ireland. That's also what my mom said when I was born. High five to you, my friend. Thank you so much. You can pass the microphone there. You can head back with all the love in the world as people give you a big round of applause. Person number 3. Can you introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, I'm Mats. I'm from Germany.
Are you?
I am.
Where in Germany?
Stuttgart.
Stuttgart? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Yes, you're like, yes, I do. I do sprechen Sie Deutsch. That's awesome. No, that's cool. I approve of that. I speak enough German that I can like function in Germany. And that's it. Yeah, just enough. Just enough. And apparently I look somewhat German, so I go to like German bakeries and they give me free food because they assume I'm their cousin. That's what happens pretty consistently everywhere I go. You've got a movie in your mind right now. Would you all like to see how this is done? Raise your hand if you want to see how this is done. I get asked ridiculous questions everywhere I go. Like people ask me, like, are you a psychic? Psychics don't look like they just stopped working at Olive Garden and decided to tour around the world entertaining strangers. And people will ask me questions that like, can you talk to the dead? Are you a medium? I'm an extra large and I can't. It's not in my wheelhouse. It's not my gift. And people will just ask me very strange questions. They look at me completely confused, looking for friends with names like Possum or Tom or Wheeler or something like that. But here's what's fascinating. I know how we build relationships. I also know how to apply social pressure in a very different way to get information out of you don't even know is coming across. Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Hold out your left hand. Imagine, and hold it just like this. Imagine that you're holding a basketball. And as, can you do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, what's interesting is as we get closer to the movie that's in your head, there's going to be movement either up and down or side to side. You won't be doing this deliberately, otherwise this is dumb, because your head would be nodding. But here's what's fascinating. You're not going to want this to happen, you're not going to not want this to happen. It will happen. Think of the movie that's in your head. Can you think of the category that you put this movie in? Don't tell me it's movie. Okay, so I'm going to start naming categories of movies. You're going to stay stone-faced. Everybody watch the hand. Animated? No. Fantasy? No. Romance? Okay, no. Action? Yes. This is an action movie. There's several genres of action movies. Historical action movie. This is a historical action movie, but this is a fictional historical action movie. Featuring a naughty word. No. Inglourious Bastards is the movie that's in it. Yes, sir. Awesome, you can pass the microphone down to person number 4 as you head back to your chair. And we'll high five it out, my friend. Thank you so much. We can clap each other all the way back. Friend, can you introduce yourself to the people?
My name is Emily.
Emily. So good to meet you. Now, Emily, can you tell us something about you we wouldn't normally know?
I have a twin.
Really? Cool. I do not have a twin. What is the twin experience? What is it like?
Normal.
And then your twin just uppercuts me like Ryu from Street Fighter? That'd be amazing. Okay, so here's the thing. Right now, in your mind, Emily, you've got any number from 1 to 10,000, which means there's 9,999 wrong answers. This is the multiple choice test from now. If you decided to be cruel, you could have written down a decimal point and there'd be an infinite amount of wrong possibilities. Or you could have written down pi, not the delicious dessert, but the ratio, and the answer would go on and on forever. You didn't do either of those things because you're not a lonely male engineer. It's happened twice in over 2,000 performances, opposite coasts of the US. MIT was one of the schools. Both dudes were wearing the same Ghostbusters t-shirt. Like, I saw that train coming. But this is still pretty tough, so I need to find a way to kind of limit it. I'm going to ask you to do something a little strange. Can you flap for everyone here? monkey chicken. That's okay. You don't have to, but if you're open to it, so no. I'm going to, if you're open to doing that, while everybody counts from 1 to 5 and stares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can drop your arms to the side. The reason I did that, Emily, is not because I'm cruel. It's because of this. Raise your hand if you watch any crime scene investigation shows. Not Law and Order or Blue's Clues, or the best mashup ever, Law and Order Blue's Clues edition. Who killed that man? It's a man with a green sweater dead on the ground with a blue paw print on his back. But if you watch shows like Dateline or 2020 or the first 48 hours, you'll notice that in detective interrogations, they put people in sharp, uncomfortable chairs with really bright lights shining down on them. Basically, it's IKEA. And then they ask people questions in ways that are designed to throw them off. I learned years ago that having you do something a little awkward in front of a group of peers is enough to put you off balance so I can get some information. You could have been thinking of a 1-digit, 2-digit, 3-digit, 4-digit, or 5-digit number from 1 to 10,000. This is a 4-digit number. On the number 4, you just relax a teeny bit. Not only that, this is a repeating digit. 8,888. That's what you wrote. High five, my friend. Thank you so much. Give everyone a round of applause. Now, at this point, friends, I need, this is going to be a little strange. I need to borrow a couple.